Good evening. Today, January 12, 2026, Bitcoin has surged to an astonishing $92,000, grabbing the world's attention. Bitcoin, a decentralized digital currency, is famous for its wild price swings. After a sluggish end to 2025, Bitcoin's steady climb this year signals a shift in investor sentiment. Unlike past explosive spikes, this rise is built on growing distrust in traditional markets. Investors are increasingly viewing Bitcoin as a safe haven, not just a speculative tech asset. The old link between Bitcoin and tech stocks is fading. Today, Bitcoin rallies while traditional markets struggle. This decoupling suggests Bitcoin is maturing, becoming a hedge against instability. What's driving this? A mix of political drama, global tensions, and economic uncertainty. In the US, a feud between the White House and the Federal Reserve is rattling nerves. Worldwide, geopolitical disputes are making assets outside government control, like Bitcoin, more attractive. Bitcoin's new high reflects a world searching for stability in uncertain times. For years, Bitcoin moved in lockstep with tech stocks, rising and falling with the Nasdaq. Both were seen as risky, high-reward bets for bold investors. But over the past year, that connection has weakened. Today, as tech stocks falter, Bitcoin is charting its own path upward. This shift signals a new perception. Bitcoin is now seen as digital gold, a store of value rather than just a tech gamble. Its limited supply and independence from any single economy are drawing investors seeking safety. Bitcoin's global, decentralized nature lets it act as a counterweight to stock market turmoil. This independence marks a milestone. Bitcoin is fulfilling its promise as an alternative financial system. Investors are now turning to it as a hedge against uncertainty, not just a speculative play. The narrative has changed. Bitcoin is a reliable safe haven in a world of financial instability. This decoupling isn't a fluke. It's a sign of a deeper evolution in global finance. Bitcoin is leading the charge as investors seek stability beyond Wall Street. The U.S. markets are reeling from a dramatic conflict between President Trump and the Federal Reserve. The Fed's independence is under threat as Trump demands sharp interest rate cuts, sparking fears of inflation. The feud escalated when Fed Chair Jerome Powell revealed a DOJ subpoena, which he claims is politically motivated. This public power struggle is shaking confidence in the central bank's ability to manage the economy. With Trump set to name Powell's successor, uncertainty about the Fed's future is growing. Investors crave predictability, but the Fed's credibility is now in question. The DOJ subpoena sent shockwaves through financial markets, causing stock futures to plunge. Investors are fleeing stocks, spooked by the risk of political interference in monetary policy. The drama in Washington is now the main event driving market sentiment. As trust in U.S. institutions erodes, investors are searching for safety far from Wall Street. This isn't just political theater, it's a financial crisis in the making. The search for stability is pushing money into assets beyond government reach. News of a potential criminal indictment against the Federal Reserve is shaking investor confidence to its core. The Fed, long seen as a pillar of stability, is now embroiled in political controversy. Chair Powell's public defense against DOJ allegations has triggered a crisis of trust. U.S. stock futures slid immediately as investors rushed to reduce risk. The prospect of a politicized Fed raises doubts about the future of U.S. monetary policy and the dollar's value. This erosion of trust ripples through global markets, making the U.S. look less like a safe haven. For decades, U.S. bonds and the dollar were the world's go-to safe assets. Now that status is threatened. If the Fed is seen as compromised, the reliability of the entire U.S. financial system is in question. Investors are fleeing traditional assets, seeking alternatives immune to political manipulation. The subpoena and public feud have created a vacuum of trust. When faith in core institutions falters, investors look elsewhere for safety. This isn't just a market dip, it's a sign of deeper anxiety about the system's integrity. The drama in Washington is forcing a global reassessment of where true safety lies. Increasingly, that answer isn't the U.S. financial system. In times of turmoil, investors flee to safe havens. Gold has long been the ultimate refuge, scarce, tangible, and outside government control. Today, as the Trump-Fed conflict unfolds, gold prices are climbing. But now, Bitcoin is joining gold as a go-to safe haven. With a fixed supply and decentralized network, Bitcoin is immune to political meddling. Its appeal grows when the source of market anxiety is government itself. Investors are turning to Bitcoin as an escape from a system they no longer trust. Bitcoin's surge isn't just speculation, it's insurance against instability. The same fear driving gold buyers is fueling Bitcoin's rise. This crisis is testing Bitcoin's role as a safe haven, and so far, it's passing. Bitcoin is solidifying its place alongside gold in times of trouble. The chaos in Washington is just one part of a global storm. Rising geopolitical tensions, from U.S. moves in Greenland and Venezuela to simmering disputes between China and Japan, are stoking investor anxiety. Each conflict adds to the sense of instability, making safe haven assets like Bitcoin more attractive. In Iran, nationwide protests threaten oil supplies, raising fears of energy shocks. The Russia-Ukraine conflict continues to destabilize Europe and global markets. For investors worldwide, the landscape looks increasingly risky and unpredictable. The combination of U.S. political infighting and global hotspots makes Bitcoin's appeal clear. As a decentralized, borderless asset, Bitcoin is insulated from any single nation's turmoil. The more chaotic the world, the more logical it seems to hold wealth outside traditional systems. Investors are seeking safety in assets beyond government control. Bitcoin is emerging as a rational choice in a world on edge. While Bitcoin dominates headlines, the broader crypto market is also on the move. Bitcoin's surge is lifting many altcoins, though gains are uneven. Ether, the second largest crypto, is up 2% to 3,160. Solana jumps 5%, and Cardano rises 2%, showing renewed interest in established projects. Not all coins are gaining. XRP and BNB dip slightly, while meme coins like Dogecoin see modest moves. This mixed performance signals a maturing market. Investors are more selective. The strongest gains are in established, technologically robust projects. Even within crypto, there's a flight to quality and safety. The uneven rally shows investors are prioritizing stability and utility. The Washington feud is pushing money into crypto, but investors are choosing carefully. Amid political drama, a crucial economic report looms: tomorrow's U.S. Consumer Price Index, CPI, data. CPI measures inflation, the pace at which prices for goods and services are rising. This number will shape the Federal Reserve's next move on interest rates. If inflation is high, the Fed may need to raise or hold rates, clashing with Trump's push for cuts. A high CPI would intensify the White House-Fed conflict, fueling more market uncertainty. If inflation is low, the Fed might consider cuts, easing political pressure and boosting stocks. But any Fed move will now be scrutinized for political influence. For Bitcoin, high inflation would reinforce its appeal as an inflation hedge, possibly driving prices higher. A low inflation reading could slow Bitcoin's rally if traditional markets stabilize. Tomorrow's report is a major catalyst that could accelerate or reverse today's trends. Today's Bitcoin surge is a stark reminder. Crypto prices are now driven by politics and global events, not just technology. The $92,000 milestone wasn't about innovation. It was about political power struggles and global instability. The Trump-Fed feud has shaken trust in traditional finance, sending investors to assets like Bitcoin and gold. This flight to safety is a rational response to a system under stress. Global tensions, from the Arctic to Asia and Europe, amplify the sense of risk. Each new conflict makes a decentralized, borderless asset like Bitcoin more appealing. Bitcoin's price is becoming a real-time barometer of global fear and uncertainty. To understand crypto's future, watch both political headlines and tech developments. Digital assets will move with major political events and central bank decisions. Today proved that the intersection of politics and crypto is now the main stage for the future of finance. The world is watching, and so is Bitcoin.